Halo Sobat Guru Peduli semuanya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam sehat selalu. Jumpa lagi dengan saya di channel Guru Peduli yang dalam kesempatan kali ini saya akan membahas tentang soal-soal P3K Guru, khususnya untuk Bahasa Inggris, untuk seleksi P3K Guru tahap ketiga. Bagi rekan-rekan guru yang ingin lolos P3K Guru Bahasa Inggris khususnya pada tahap ketiga nanti, silahkan subscribe dan like serta share dan komen channel ini. Oke, Sobat Guru Peduli semuanya, mari kita langsung masuk ke latihan soal dan pembahasan berikut ini. Oke, pertanyaan nomor 1. The central concept of the communicative approach to language teaching is the learner's ability to understand and use language appropriately to communicate in authentic social and school environments. This ability is called A. Linguistic competence, B. Formulaic competence, C. Communicative competence, or D. Grammatical competence. Oke, rekan-rekan kita lihat kata kuncinya ya. Yang pertama adalah the ability. Ability itu adalah competence atau kemampuan. Oke. Kemudian di sini tadi ada learner's ability to understand and use language to communicate. It means communicative. So, the answer to the questions here is communicative competence. Oke. Berikutnya soal nomor 2. According to Jack C. Richards, the learner's knowledge of grammar that allows them to use and understand a language is called A. Communicative competence, B. Formulaic competence, C. Linguistic competence, or D. Pedagogic competence. Menurut rekan-rekan, kata kuncinya di sini adalah knowledge of grammar, ya, that allows them to use and understand a language. Ya, knowledge of grammar and a language. Language berarti ini tentang linguistic competence. Oke. Grammar of language is about language or linguistic competence. The answer is C. Oke. Berikutnya soal nomor 3. Which of the following does not belong to formulaic competence? A. Idioms, B. Routines, C. Turn-taking, D. Collocation, or E. Lexical frames. Untuk bisa menjawab pertanyaan ini, rekan-rekan harus paham apa itu formulaic competence. Okay, let's have a look at what formulaic competence is. Formulaic competence is a chunk of language that speakers often use in everyday communication. Ya, apa itu maksudnya a chunk of language? A chunk of language itu artinya adalah rangkaian kata. Oke, mari kita lihat pilihan jawaban yang ada. Apakah idioms itu merupakan rangkaian kata? Ya, berarti betul ya. Idioms itu adalah salah satu formulaic competence. Routines, apa itu routines? Routines itu adalah ungkapan atau rangkaian kata yang biasa digunakan secara rutin sehari-hari, baik di kelas, di ruang kantor, di tempat kerja, di tempat-tempat umum, ya, dan lain sebagainya ya. Kata-kata atau kalimat atau rangkaian kata yang biasa digunakan sehari-hari itu disebut routines. Turn taking. Rekan-rekan tahu ya apa yang dimaksud dengan turn taking? Turn taking itu adalah giliran ya. Ketika kita berbicara, when we speak to someone ya, itu artinya we speak and someone listen ya. And when someone speaks to us or when someone talk to us, itu kita akan mendengar. Jadi giliran di situ ya. Oke. Jadi yang bukan termasuk rangkaian kata itu adalah turn taking. Nah, sekarang apa yang dimaksud dengan collocation? Collocation itu adalah dua kata atau lebih yang sering muncul bersamaan. Oke, kita lihat beberapa contoh berikut ini. Yang pertama adalah examples of idioms. Examples of idioms ya. To kick off. Let's kick off the class, guys. Nah, kick off ini artinya start. Yuk kita mulai kelasnya, rekan-rekan, gitu ya. Oke. Ini kick off ini namanya idiom. Kenapa? Karena makna dari rangkaian kata ini berbeda dari atau tidak berasal dari individual word here. Itu artinya idiom. Oke. Jadi idioms itu adalah a group of words, kelompok kata yang maknanya berbeda dari makna individual kata yang ada pada rangkaian tersebut ya. Oke. Contoh yang kedua misalnya it rained like cats and dogs last night. Like cats and dogs itu artinya apa? Heavily atau deras. Jadi tadi malam hujan deras misalnya. Oke, ini contoh idiom. Kumpulan kata atau rangkaian kata yang maknanya berbeda dari individual words yang ada dalam rangkaian kata tersebut. Itu namanya idiom. Oke, berikutnya rutin. Contohnya misalnya ya. Good morning guys, how are you doing? Nah, ini biasa ekspresi yang rutin kita gunakan di kelas atau di kantor ya. Oke, are you ready to start? Misalnya, ini juga biasa ada kita gunakan di kelas. Do you understand? Nah, ini routines. Oke. Collocations. Collocations itu dua kata atau lebih yang sering muncul bersamaan. Contoh misalnya, ya, kata dinner. Kata dinner itu sering collocate dengan have, dengan eat, dengan gala, dengan time. Misalnya, have dinner, eat dinner, gala dinner, atau misalnya kalau di belakang dinner time. Ya, oke. Dinner party misalnya. Ya, itu namanya collocations. Jelas ya rekan-rekan? Jadi jawaban untuk pertanyaan ini adalah C yang tepat ya, turn taking. Karena turn taking bukan termasuk di dalam formula competence, tapi turn taking itu termasuk di dalam communication. Oke. Berikutnya soal nomor 4. Which of the following is not a short-term goal in language learning? A. The successful writing of an essay. B. The ability to take part in a discussion. C. The possibility of a better job in the future. D. The learning of a small amount of new language. E. The passing of the progress test at the end of the week. Menurut rekan-rekan, yang bukan merupakan short-term goal, yang mana? Iya. Kalau kita lihat dari kata kuncinya di sini ya, in the future, itu yang bukan termasuk short term. Karena in the future itu artinya long term ya. Jadi jawaban yang tepat di sini adalah C. Okay, the next question is questions number 5. When applying the humanistic approach, a teacher should encourage supportive atmosphere in the classroom by means of the following acts, except A. Listening to the students, B. Encouraging them to share their feelings, C. Accepting their comments without judgment, D. Fixing the aims for the course, or E. Obliging students to do what they plan to do that day. Oke rekan-rekan, mari kita lihat. To be able to answer the questions correctly, we should understand what humanistic approach is. Let's see. Humanistic language teaching is an approach based on the main principle that the whole being, emotional and social, needs to be engaged in learning, not just the mind. Dari sini kita bisa tahu ya, bahwasanya ketika kita menerapkan pendekatan belajar bahasa yang humanis, itu kita tidak hanya fokus kepada bahasa itu sendiri atau pikirannya atau kognitifnya, tapi kita juga harus memperhatikan aspek emosional dan sosial learners atau pembelajar atau siswa kita. Misalnya ketika kita memberikan tugas menulis kepada siswa-siswa kita, we may not just focus on the quality of the language, but we should also respond to the content of the learner's written work. Gitu ya rekan-rekan. Oke, sekarang kita lihat ya, yang mana yang menurut rekan-rekan yang tidak humanis. Apakah mendengarkan siswa atau listening to our students itu humanistic? Oke, yeah, I think yes. B. What about encouraging them to share their feelings? This is about emotional feelings, yeah. Their feelings mean they're emotional. Okay, I think it belongs to the principle of this, yeah, of the humanistic language teaching. Okay, C. Accepting learners' comments without judgment. Menerima comments dari siswa tanpa memberikan justifikasi atau penilaian. Oke. I think this also belongs to X that can encourage supportive atmosphere in the classroom. The next D, fixing the aims for the course. Artinya apa? Merubah tujuan belajar, mengubah tujuan belajar. Itu juga termasuk di dalam uh, termasuk apa namanya kegiatan yang bisa menciptakan supportive atmosphere ya. Alright, the one that does not belong X that could encourage supportive atmosphere in the classroom is actually E ya, obliging students to do what they plan to do that day. Memaksa siswa atau mewajibkan siswa untuk melakukan what they plan to do, apa yang mereka lakukan pada hari itu. In humanistic approach tidak ada istilah memaksa ya. Okay, so E is not right. So it does not belong to the X that according to the humanistic approach can encourage supportive atmosphere in the classroom. So the answer is E. Next question is questions number 6. When developing a syllabus, an EFL curriculum designer has to consider each item for inclusions in the syllabus on the basis of the following criteria, except A. Learnability, B. Usefulness, C. Frequency, D. Coverage, or E. Grading. Yeah, I think it is clear, yeah. When we develop a syllabus, yeah, we should consider whether it is learnable or not. It means learnability. Whether it is useful or not, or it means usefulness. Whether it has the frequency to use it or not. Okay, coverage. How much we will cover. Okay, yeah. So A, B, C, and D, I think belongs to the criteria that we should um, consider when we include item in a syllabus. Yang tidak termasuk adalah grading. It's not a grading. There is no grading in the syllabus ya. But the one that we should consider here is evaluation. Evaluation is different from grading. Jadi yang tidak tepat di sini adalah grading. Jelas ya rekan-rekan? Oke. Berikutnya soal nomor 7. The presentation step of a lesson plan should involve activities on the part of the students. It should be carried out by keeping in mind the following principle, except, remember, this is involve activities on the part of the students. Yeah. All right. Principle of selection, B. Principle of division, C. Principle of absorption, D. Principle of categorization, E. Principle of successive sequence. The one that does not belong to the principles of a presentation step is this one, yeah, principle of categorization. So when we write a lesson plan, we should uh, consider the principle of selections, what material we should um, use in a certain class, yeah, and division and absorption, whether it can be absorbed by the students or not. Yeah. So the one that does not belong is the D, principle of categorization. Next, questions number 8. Sorry. When giving the learners assignment in the closer section of the lesson plan, remember that they need to be able to perform their skills on their own. So keep the following things in mind, except ketika kita memberikan tugas kepada siswa di akhir pembelajaran, itu apa yang harus kita pertimbangkan? Make a clear connection between the lesson and the homework. Of course, we should do that. Make sure to assign the homework directly after the lesson. Yes, of course. C. Clearly explain the assignment to be given to the learners. Of course, we should do that one too. Ask the model students to share their tasks to their classmates. I don't think that this belongs to. I don't think that this answer is right. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think the answer to this question is D. Yeah. All right. Clear. Next, questions number 9. The most suitable learning source for the teacher to facilitate a solitary student in reading comprehension is A. Pictured workbooks, E. Learning models, C. Reading passages, D. Audio recordings, or E. Worksheet. Untuk bisa menjawab ini kita harus tahu what solitary student is. Let's have a look at this. A solitary learner, also known as intrapersonal learner, is someone who prefers learning on their own. Berarti dia suka belajar sendiri, menyendiri. So, yang paling tepat adalah e-learning modules. Next question, number 10. If you want to have a distance learning involving not only spoken but also pictographic images which enable them to have face-to-face idea exchanges, what do you think is the most appropriate to use? Skype? Bisa nggak? Okay. Face-to-face idea exchanges or conversation, we can use Skype, but we cannot use pictographic images in Skype. What about short messages services atau SMS? Can we use face-to-face idea exchanges here? No, we can't. Multimedia language laboratory, ini tidak for distance learning atau belajar jarak jauh ya. So, the best answer to the questions here is D, teleconference. Oke, ini tadi kata kuncinya ya. Next question is questions number 11. You want to activate students' formal schemata of lexical item used in a report text. What learning activities will you use? Kalian tahu ya, apa yang dimaksud dengan formal schemata here. Formal schemata itu adalah, formal schemata of lexical items itu adalah kata-kata yang sudah diketahui oleh atau kata-kata yang sudah ada di dalam repertoire learners atau siswa kita. Jadi jawaban yang tepat di sini adalah identifying words in the jumbled letters. Ya, oke. Ya, next question number 12. Learning a new topic can be challenging for students. To motivate them to learn with enthusiasm, a teacher may use empathetic communication strategy by what? A. By telling the class that all beginning is difficult, or B. By informing the class to always be motivated, or C. Reminding the importance of learning English, D. Explaining the disadvantage of not learning the topic, or E. Stating that the topic is interesting and they will like it. Yeah, I think E is the best one, yeah. When we want to teach a new topic, yeah, to the students, we should motivate them by telling them that, hi boys, hi girls, hi students, today we are going to learn something interesting and I believe that all of you will like it. Let's focus on the lesson today, examples like that ones. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at the next questions. Yeah. So the answer to questions number 12 is E, ya, stating that the topic is interesting and they will like it. Pertanyaan berikutnya nomor 13. To cater for learning style of your students who are field independent when teaching reading, you will require your students to A. Follow in-depth ideas in each paragraph. B. Identify the main points of passages. C. Imply the meaning in passages. D. Retell details of all paragraphs or seek for specific information. Apa sih yang dimaksud dengan apa ini tadi? Field independent learner. Ya, field independent learning style is a tendency to separate details from the surrounding context. Field independent learners tend to rely less on the teacher or other learners for support. Jadi menurut rekan-rekan yang mana? Jawaban yang tepat adalah B. Identify the main points of passages. Oke, pertanyaan berikutnya, nomor 14. Rekan-rekan, kalau ada yang bingung atau perlu penjelasan lebih jauh, silahkan jangan ragu-ragu, contact me and I'll give my phone number in the description later ya. Oke. Nomor 14. A student texted you, "Excuse me sir or ma'am, when can you meet me to discuss my report? I have a question to ask. Thank you." Misalnya ada salah satu siswa Anda mengirim teks atau SMS ke Anda seperti ini. bunyinya seperti ini. Kira-kira, how would you reply to your students to make her embarrassed? Artinya, sebetulnya bukan membuat dia malu ya, tapi bagaimana mengingatkan atau membetulkan ya bahasa siswa kita. Oke, what do you think you would do, guys? Do you think you will reply, what about tomorrow? But should I see you or should you see me? Atau B, who do you think you are? I'm your teacher, you must see me. Atau C, is your language polite enough, Sandra? Examples ya. Check your English. Atau D, Sandra, be polite please, can't you? Should I meet you? Atau E, you're really not polite, Sandra. Keep your manner. Ini tadi misalnya siswa kita namanya Sandra ya, oke. So, menurut rekan-rekan, ya, the best answer atau the best phrases that you can use ya to correct your student register itu adalah A. What about tomorrow? But should I see you or should you see me? Alright, next question number 15. Which of the following does not belong to the principles of assessment? Rekan-rekan, penilaian atau assessment itu penilaian. Yang kira-kira tidak termasuk prinsip penilaian itu apa? A, menurut saya masuk. B masuk, ya tidak usah saya baca. Oke, semuanya masuk. Yang ada satu kata yang tidak tepat, ya itu ada di I, yaitu judgmental. Ya, judgmental itu adalah penilaian menurut judgment kita. Itu it is not objective usually, ya, subjective. Ya. So this is not right. The answer to the questions here is E. Yeah. Next question, 16. Based on the indicator that follows, given three brief paragraphs of the different themes in which every second word is mutilated, students fill in the blank spaces in the mutilated words of the paragraphs correctly. The most appropriate scoring scheme relevant to the assessment procedure is what? Ini antara jawaban cara menilai benar atau salah ya. Oke. Yeah, the answer is dichotomous scoring. Dichotomous scoring itu apa? Dichotomous scoring itu adalah penilaian based on jawaban siswa ya yang dikotomis, benar atau salah gitu ya. Oke. Tes yang menggunakan multiple choice misalnya itu ya dichotomous learning, tapi kalau essay itu bukan dichotomous learning ya. Alright, next question number 17. Oke guys, pertanyaan berikutnya nomor 17. Observations by a collaborator during the conduct of classroom action research are mainly focused on A, both the teaching and the students' learning behavior. Ya, menurut saya ini ya, ketika kita mengadakan observasi ya, atau observasi yang kita selenggarakan atau kita adakan ketika kita mengadakan classroom action research ya, itu harus fokus on teaching dan juga students learning behavior. Oke, nggak usah dibaca berikutnya karena jelas. Berikutnya soal nomor 18. Questions number 18. The following are what a teacher should do when one of his students does not understand a question except A. Ask another student to help him or her find the answer. B. Simplify the word and structure of the question. C. Write the questions on the blackboard or whiteboard. D. Repeat the questions to help him understand it. Or E. Explain the topic again and again. I think it's clear, yeah. The answer is E. Okay. Yeah. Next question is questions number 19, and this will be the last questions on this video. In doing action research, a researcher should understand the stages suggested in which of the following. It means that there is one correct stages in doing an action research. What is that? Okay, it is It should be preliminary study and then planning, implementing, observing, and reflecting. That's clear, I think. Well, guys, itu tadi 19 soal untuk video P3K Guru Bahasa Inggris dan semoga bermanfaat. Thanks for watching. Salam GP, salam sukses selalu. See you in the next video.